नितिश यू कैन अनम्यूट, नितिश यू कैन अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ, अनम्यूट कर दे एक बार अपने आप को। ओके बच्चों, ये देयर इज ये पोर्टल के वाया हो रहा है जिसपे लाइव क्लास चलती है। ऑन द सेम पोर्टल वी आर रिकॉर्डिंग दिस इंटरव्यू दैट इज ऑफ स्टडी दोस्त, जो कि हमारी वेबसाइट भी है। तो अभी नितिश विल बी जॉइनिंग अस इन अ व्हाइल, ही गॉट रिकमेंडेड रिसेंटली इन एसएससी टेक 65, he is part of the community, he is here. Yes, you can hear me, can you speak?
Yes sir, loud and clear I can hear you sir.
बहुत बढ़िया। So ये दिस इज अ सिक्योर्ड थिंग है ना, दिस इज माय ओन पोर्टल, खुद बनाया है अपने हाथों से। So Zoom में कुछ पंगा था, there was some issue by Zoom happening. This is my place.
Nice sir.
भाई मेरे को
Nice.
बच्चों की प्राइवेसी का भी ध्यान रखना पड़ता है ना। अगर हम इंस्टाग्राम पे लाइव सेशन करते तो तुमको बच्चे दुखी कर देते मैसेज कर करके। दैट्स व्हाई आई टोल्ड यू कि लेट्स डू इट वाया सिक्योर्ड लेयर। अभी कोई
सही
आप
है सर।
आउट नहीं कर पाएगा। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेलकम टू दिस इंटरव्यू सेशन, एंड आई नो यू सिंस ऑलमोस्ट अ ईयर अभी तो, है ना? तो
हाँ सर।
जीडी हम लोग करते थे पार्टिसिपेट, और वो जीडी में डांट खाने से लेके तेरा एसएससी टेक में रिकमेंड होना, सबसे ज्यादा डांट, सबसे ज्यादा डांट खाई है भाई। बोलता
हाँ हाँ सर।
बहुत बोलता था, तो आई यूज
हाँ
टू
सर।
सेट यू अप कि भाई शांत हो जा, दूसरे बच्चों को बोलने दे। बट दैट वाज अ गुड थिंग, एक वो चीज अच्छी भी थी कि जब तू बोलता था तो यू वर सो गुड, यू यूज टू स्पीक गुड। तो मेरे को रोकना इसलिए पड़ता था कि बाकी बच्चों को कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाता था कि यार ये तो बोले ही जा रहा है। सो इवेंचुअली आई जस्ट वांटेड टू मेक यू लर्न वन थिंग कि यू हैव टू रिस्पेक्ट द अदर पीयर्स आल्सो, सो दैट एवरी वन ऑफ यू कैन स्पीक। एंड मुझे ये तो पता था कि हो जाएगा, बट नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में हो जाएगा, दैट इज अ सॉकर। तो कॉन्ग्रेचुलेसन मेरे भाई फॉर योर रिकमेंडेशन इन एसएससी टेक, एंड दिस वाज योर 9th अटेम्प्ट, राइट?
This was my 8th attempt sir.
8th अटेम्प्ट, हाँ सॉरी। सो अभी मेरे पास तो पूरी लिस्ट आई है, अभी चालू करते हैं लिस्ट से ही, जो तुम्हारी लिस्ट है उसको बताएंगे। तो भाई ही इज नीतीश, नीतीश इज फ्रॉम कर्नाटका, ही हेल्स फ्रॉम बैंगलोर।
Yes sir.
ही इज एन इंजीनियर लाइक मी, ही हैज डन बीटेक, और
Yes.
इंजीनियरिंग वाला बच्चा है ये। और इसने एसएसबी दिए हैं काफ़ी सारे। कौन कौन से एसएसबी दिए हैं वो बताता हूँ। इसने सीडीएस दिया है, आईएमए डायरेक्ट एंट्री, ठीक है,
हाँ सर।
बैंगलोर, स्क्रीन आउट हो गया। देन ही गेव एसएससी नॉन टेक्निकल अगेन, ओटीए दिया फिर, है ना?
हाँ सर, वो भी स्क्रीन आउट सर।
वो स्क्रीन आउट हो गया। फिर इसने फिर से अगला वाला सीडीएस दिया, उसमें फिर से स्क्रीन आउट हो गया। यार तो सीडीएस में स्क्रीन आउट ही हुआ है हमेशा।
हाँ सर।
वाह, क्या बात है। फिर से इसने दिया एसएससी जीएसएक्स नेवी वाला, इलेक्ट्रिकल का है ये, तो भोपाल में इसने दिया है स्क्रीन आउट अगेन। देन ही गेव एसएससी टेक 63 अगेन स्क्रीन आउट। देन ही गेव एफकेट, यू हैव क्लियर्ड सीडीएस एंड एफकेट बोथ, राइट?
हाँ सर।
तो
हाँ
पढ़ने
सर।
में अच्छा है भाई, जो भी बच्चे इस इंटरव्यू को देख रहे हैं, दे कैन मेक एन कंक्लूजन आउट ऑफ इट कि इस बच्चे ने मेहनत करी है और इसकी वो मेहनत रंग लाई है। One thing that I liked about him is that he is persistent fellow. He was continuously appearing for SSB, continuously giving exams. That is why he was able to make it. बच्चे यहाँ एक एक बार में हथियार डाल देते हैं। इसने सीडीएस 3 बार क्वालिफाई किया, एफकेट निकाला, एसएससी टैग भी दिया है पैरेलली। अगली जर्नी इसकी एफकेट। तो एफकेट में तुमने पहली बार सेकंड स्टेज देखी कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट होके?
हाँ सर, मैसूर पे हुआ।
तो बगल में था, कैसा था एक्सपीरियंस उसका?
अरे सर, इट वाज अ लॉन्ग वेट सर टू जस्ट गेट स्क्रीन्ड इन। फाइनली रिटर्न एंट्री से हुआ, so I was very happy. One, I got the first hand experience how SSB is actually is. So that was a good experience sir.
5 स्क्रीन आउट के बाद तो कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट हुआ, मतलब 5 स्क्रीन आउट। मैन सीरियसली 5 स्क्रीन आउट। मैं भी हुआ
6
हूँ
sir.
भाई, स्क्रीन आउट दो बार तो लगातार ही हुआ। तो फास्ट स्क्रीन आउट, हाउ डिड यू परसिस्टेड सो लॉन्ग यार? क्या मतलब क्या
Sir,
चीज थी कि तू मतलब लगा रहा कि यार ठीक है, हो जाएगा हो जाएगा? व्हाट वाज द थिंग दैट एक्चुअली पुश्ड यू कि चलो करते हैं, छोड़ेंगे नहीं बीच में? व्हाट वाज दैट थिंग?
mm, sir, I always kept telling to myself, sir, we can face a lot of defeats. It could be n number of times, but you just need to win only once. So that kept me fueling all the time. जो भी हुआ होता रहता है. Every single time I go back to new SSBs, it is a learning curve. So I knew eventually I will make it. Be it in the first attempt or in the middle attempt or in the last attempt, I will definitely make it. And the sheer will to see myself in uniform and serve my country, sir, that kept me pushing.
दैट तो आई पर्सनली फील सो। सारे स्टेटस पे दिल बनाएगा, सारे सारे पोस्ट पे लाइक करेगा, सारी चीज़ों पे, मतलब आई कैन सी द पैशन। वो चीज़ यार, आई हैव बीन टीचिंग सिंस लास्ट 5 years। सो मेरे को पता लग जाता है कि ये बच्चा सूनर और लेटर दिस और दिस गर्ल और बॉय विल मेक इट। तो दैट थिंग यू हैड ऑलरेडी स्क्रीन आउट।
Okay, sir.
ये दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द जर्नी। डिफेंस
Yes, sir.
एस्पिरेंट होना, मैं स्क्रीन आउट, कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट, इट डजंट मैटर। In the end,
Mm.
if you're getting recommended, that is all that matters। and you have bigger ambitions in life, वो तो हम बाद में करेंगे, अभी तो नहीं है, ठीक है।
Sure.
एंड उसके बाद फिर से एसएससी टैग दिया आपने 64, और टैग 63 के आसपास ही मैंने यूट्यूब पे कंटेंट बनाना चालू किया था ऑनलाइन में
Okay.
टैग का। फिर तो स्क्रीन
Mhm.
आउट हो गया फिर से बैंगलोर से 17 एसएसबी। एंड देन
Yes, sir.
फाइनली यू केम टू मी आफ्टर योर एसएससी टैग का अटेम्प्ट, है ना? एसएससी टैग
Okay.
60 के बाद आया था तू मेरे पास। एंड मैंने
Mm.
तेरा नंबर सेव किया हुआ है, नीतीश का 8th अटेम्प्ट। एंड मैंने नीतीश के आगे लगाया था नीतीश 8th अटेम्प्ट प्लस। तो एंड इवेंचुअली इट टर्न्ड आउट टू बी पॉजिटिव।
Mm.
सो एसएससी टेक 65 इलाहाबाद 19 एसएसबी, भाई मेरा भी बहुत फेवरेट मेमोरीज है 19 बोर्ड से तो। एंड यू गॉट रिकमेंडेड।
Yes, sir.
तो उसी से स्टार्ट करते हैं कि हाउ वाज द फीलिंग आफ्टर लाइक 7 अटेम्प्ट्स प्रीवियसली, जहाँ पे कि आप 6 बार स्क्रीन आउट और एक बार आप कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट हुए। व्हाट
Mm-hmm.
वाज फीलिंग व्हेन यू गॉट रिकमेंडेड? मेरे को पता है तूने मैसेज मेरे को सेम डे कर दिया था कि सर आई मेड इट, एंड आई वाज लाइक अरे भाई फाइनली चलो, अंत भला तो सब भला। It was
Mm.
a very joyous moment for me as a mentor also, because I have seen you in GD sessions participating, working hard। डांट भी खाता
Mm.
था, पर डांट खाने के बाद ये था कि इम्प्रूव करता था चीज़ों को, एंड दैट वाज द गुड थिंग। सो
Mm.
क्या फील हुआ उस मोमेंट में जब आपका चेस्ट नंबर बोला गया वहाँ पे? कितने बच्चे सेलेक्ट हुए थे साथ में?
Yes, sir. So to begin with, sir, this attempt in 19 SSB was my final attempt. I had nothing to lose, but I had everything to give to the board. So that added a bit of masala to my recommendations. And my conference waiting time was there, sir. Around 20 minutes, they made me wait. When they
हाँ,
called my number, I couldn't realize what was happening to me, sir. I was just starstruck. And right when the psychological assessor told my name 3 times, third time I stood up, and I'm still wondering what is happening.
तो फिर
So
वो,
those are some moments, sir, I can recall every single time, pin to pin, what actually happened.
सो इट वाज अ शॉकर फॉर यू ना कि यू डिडंट इवन बिलीव कि यू गॉट रिकमेंडेड।
Sir, I knew I had a good chance because
हाँ,
my conference time was there. They asked me a couple of questions also.
हाँ, हाँ,
But there is always uncertainty, sir. SSB comes with uncertainty.
करेक्ट।
So I was waiting there. Then the first number they called was mine.
हुँ,
Then it was my another course mate who happened to be my bedmate also in the SSB. So we both got recommended, and yeah, it was a memorable experience, sir. It felt like the life came inside me after all this.
नहीं भाई होता है, मेहनत है भाई देख, ठीक है ना?
Sir.
यो तेरे को,
Yes, sir.
तेरा मैसेज आया था मेरे को याद है, इट वाज़ 29th। तूने मेरे को बताया भी नहीं था मैं रिकमेंड हो गया। तूने मेरे को तूने मेरे को तूने बेटे मेरे को मैसेज क्या किया था, सर सर इज देयर एनी चांस ऑफ गेटिंग मैरिड आउट इन एसएससी टेक? मैंने कहा डोंट टेल मी कि यू गॉट रिकमेंडेड। तो तो मैं,
Uh,
तू तू ऐसे क्यों पूछ रहा है? तो मैंने पूछा क्या हुआ? बोले सर आई गॉट रिकमेंडेड, कल ही हुआ हूँ। बहुत मार खाएगा, मैंने कहा फोटो भेज दे। फिर मैंने कहा यार चलो फाइनली। एंड वो होता है यार भाई, देखो इतने टाइम से आप मेहनत कर रहे हो, तो
mm,
तो वो ठीक है, यू डिजर्व्ड इट मैन, एंड देन आई एम सो हैप्पी फॉर यू एज अ ब्रदर आल्सो।
mm,
तो वो हो गया, फिर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन हुआ तुम्हारा। उसके बाद
sir.
आई हैव सीन यू वर्किंग, आई हैव सीन यू वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड। and eventually
Mm.
that's the result of your hard work only कि you got recommended. And whosoever is watching this interview, it will be a repeater special. बहुत सारे लोग इंटरव्यूज लेते हैं, बट जो बच्चे मेरे से जुड़े हुए हैं, मैं इंजीनियरिंग वाले बच्चों को ज़्यादा पुश क्यों करता हूँ? आई एम अ मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर माई सेल्फ। अभी जो फौज में वैकेंसीज की संख्या आ रही है, उससे
Mm.
हमारा नीतीश जैसे अभी सेलेक्ट हुआ है, ही वॉज रिकमेंडेड इन आखिरी अटेम्प्ट, फाइनल अटेम्प्ट। तो क्या है कि आपने एनडीए दिया, आपने सीडीएस दिया, जैसे इसने भी दिया सीडीएस, इसका नहीं हुआ, इसने एफकेट भी दिया, इसका नहीं हुआ। अगर आपके पास बीटेक एंट्रीज है ना, तो आखिरी आखिरी अटेम्प्ट तक फाइट मारो भाई। यू नेवर नो
हाँ
व्हेन
सर,
इज योर डे।
बिल्कुल।
You never know when is your day. You keep on pushing
बिल्कुल।
hard, you keep on working on yourself. You will get recommended for sure. I can give you my word. You need my help. आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में पिन कमेंट में नंबर मिल जाएगा, नाम डालोगे शिवम सारस्वत ना गूगल पे, तो भी मैं मिल जाऊंगा तुमको। तो अगर आपको मदद चाहिए, यू कम टू मी एनी टाइम। जैसे इसका हुआ है, तुम्हारा भी हो सकता है। बशर्ते आप हार ना मानो, आप लगे रहो। तो
यस सर।
परसिस्टेंस था। चालू करते हैं तेरी बचपन की जर्नी से। टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट यू, अबाउट लाइक पूरा एकदम बढ़िया एकदम कन्वर्सेशन करते हैं और बाकी चीज़ों पे भी डिस्कशन करेंगे। टेल मी समथिंग लाइक क्या है बचपन से, मतलब क्या किया? जब ऐसा कब मन में विचार आया कि यार चलो ज्वाइन करते हैं? आई सॉ योर
हम्म।
फादर वर्क्स इन अ प्राइवेट फर्म, ही इज अ डेप्यूटी मैनेजर देयर, है ना?
हम्म।
माय मम्मी हाउसवाइफ है ना? देयर इज अ यंगर सिस्टर
हम्म।
आल्सो, तो यू आर टू सिबलिंग्स। तो क्या
यस, वी आर टू पब्लिक।
कब व्हेन डिड यू थॉट ऑफ जॉइनिंग द फौज? कब तेरे दिमाग में एक कीड़ा है कि यार चलो फौज ज्वाइन करूंगा मैं तो?
To start off with, sir, I'm from Bangalore. I was born and raised here itself.
ठीक है।
Then coming to the point where it all changed is during my college days. The one of the college festivals theme was Army, sir.
हम्म।
वहाँ पे I got fortunate enough to meet Army Education Corps. They put up these exhibitions. There, sir, I saw this young, dashing, charming officer wearing the aviator specs, walking in front of me with a gun and pistol. I was like, sir, इन लोगों का अलग ही aura होता है, sir. The kind of way they conducted themselves. I was like wondering, what are these people? Till
हम्म।
that time, sir, I didn't have any idea. Yes, I knew army was there securing our borders, but when I actually met those officers, sir, and the way they were talking to us, how humble and charming they were,
हम्म।
that is when I started looking into this career. I was like, sir, बनना है तो I have to become someone like this.
यही करना है आपको लाइफ में,
हाँ
यही
सर.
बनना है। गॉट इट।
So this is where, sir.
सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, एक तो तेरा ये इंस्टेंस हो गया कि लाइफ में मोमेंट्स होते हैं, तो वो दैट वाज योर मोमेंट। फिर
Hmm.
यू डिड योर बीटेक, है ना? वीटीयू से किया है तूने।
हाँ
इंजीनियरिंग
सर.
इंजीनियरिंग का दिमाग में कैसे आया? यू बचपन से बीटेक ही करनी थी या फिर पापा ने बोल दिया कि कर ले यार, यही कर ले? और you landed up in engineering?
Yeah, my life is simple. My father was a first degree holder, sir.
Okay.
So from there, it was very straightforward to me. Finish my science,
All right.
and वैसे तो मेरा I don't have the caliber to study for all this medicals.
All right.
So the second best option, chalo, engineering कर लेते हैं. So it was straightforward, and there was a good college where I studied right beside my house. तो मैंने के सेट निकाल दिया, दैट इज कर्नाटका कॉमन एंट्रेंस टेस्ट. वहां से अच्छा मार्क मिला, रैंकिंग मिला, वहां से मैंने आई जॉइन दी न्यू हॉरिजन सर.
Okay. बढ़िया। तो तेरा कॉलेज था न्यू होराइजन, इस कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग। अरे भाई, कोई न्यू होराइजन वाला बच्चा देख लो, तुम्हारा सीनियर सेलेक्ट हो गया, तुम भी हो जाओ। तो यू गॉट 72% इन बीटेक। तो
हाँ सर.
बच्चे बोलते हैं कि यार टॉपर सेलेक्ट होते हैं, टॉपर सेलेक्ट होते हैं। ही गॉट ओनली 72%। और अगर मैं तुमको इसके मार्क्स बताऊं ना भाई,
हम्म.
10th में 78,
हम्म.
12th में 69, बीटेक में 72। तो ही इज अ एवरेज किड, ये टॉपर तो नहीं था। तो he was an average fellow who got
हम्म.
recommended via just hard work. Nothing more than the hard work is required. Nothing more than the hard work is required. That is the thing.
हम्म. So what I'm thinking is that SSB is not looking into the metrics and the marks a lot, but yes, they do consider a good percentage. But what they're actually looking is the overall development of the candidates here. Though my marks was less, I was involved in a lot of extracurricular activities,
Hmm.
a lot of sports. I was president of the clubs,
That's good.
and I was exposed to all this kind of tournament competition and all. Somewhere that molded my upbringing and personality a lot, sir. And that is where SSB is looking. And I just want to tell to the all viewers, sir, I'm a less than an average student when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm.
If I can make it, definitely anyone can make it, sir.
Yeah, you are so humble to say that यार. You have been a hardworking fellow ना. That is why you are saying कि तूने मेहनत करी है ना. I have seen you working man. ठीक है. You have as a fitness club में तू तेरा fitness से रिश्ता है. कभी कभी मैं भी वर्कआउट गाइडेंस लेता हूँ भाई. मेरे को जरा बताना ये क्या करना है इसमें. ओके. So we have been into fitness club. You was the president there, and then आपका core committee का member तू रहा है. Athletics team में तूने part लिया है. CrossFit और ये सब तू करता ही है. तो मतलब
Mm,
एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स वाइज अगर मैं बात करूं तो यू वर समवेयर डाउन द लाइन यू वर एंगेज यू वाज नॉट सिटिंग आइडल डूइंग नथिंग
mm.
यू वर
Yes, sir.
एंगेज कीपिंग अ
Yes, sir.
proper utilization of your time what
Mm,
mistake that kids are doing when they get graduated
mm,
तो वो ना कुछ करते नहीं है बैठ के केवल तैयारी
mm,
ही कर रहे हैं आई विल नॉट से
mm, mm.
बैठ के तैयारी मत करो आई विल स्टिल से कि भाई तैयारी करो बैठ के बट कुछ तो करो पैसे तो कमाओ एटलीस्ट यू आर
Yes,
वर्किंग
yes,
एज अ तेरे तू
yes.
पीटी भी दे रहा था तू जिम में भी काम कर रहा था दैट आई नो
Sir. Sir.
सो तो दैट वाज अ गुड थिंग एंड इवेंचुअली वो सेंस ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पे टिक लगा देता है कि हाँ यार ये बच्चा मेहनती है
Mm,
इसको तो लेना पड़ेगा हमको तो एसएसबी
mm,
इज बेसिकली लुकिंग फॉर वेल राउंडेड ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स नॉट किड्स इफ आई टॉक अबाउट
mm,
टेक्निकल एंट्रीज इफ आई टॉक अबाउट ग्रेजुएट एंट्रीज एनडी में चल जाएगा छोटा बच्चा होता है एनडी
mm,
में 3 साल ट्रेनिंग लेगा वो हो जाएगा बट यहाँ पे तो
mm.
आपको 1 साल में कैप्टन बना देंगे भाई टेक्निकल एंट्री में सीनियोरिटी मिलती है 1 साल की
Yes, sir.
दे आर लुकिंग फॉर पीपल हु आर एक्चुअली वेल मैच्योर वेल
Mm,
नर्चर्ड and
mm,
they are trainable also. So then
mm,
only
mm,
you will be able to make it. If you need help, ट्रेनेबिलिटी की दिक्कत है तो आ जाना भाई मेरे पास. चलो आगे चलते हैं. तो ये तुम्हारी इंजीनियरिंग की जर्नी रही. कैन यू
mm,
मेक मी गो थ्रू अबाउट योर एसएसबी अटेम्प्ट्स कि कैसे करता था पढ़ाई वगैरह तूने सीडीएस भी निकाला है एफकेट भी निकाला है तो वो
mm,
कैसे निकाले मतलब उसके लिए क्या डेडिकेटेड तैयारी करी कैसे किया उसका.
mm. Sir, ये हुआ during my COVID time. I was a
हाँ
COVID pass out.
हाँ समझ गया मैं.
So,
17 से 21
so
बैच है तेरा. हाँ
So
ये.
meanwhile, while I was preparing for the college campus interviews and all, I had ample amount of time to prepare for CDS.
हम्म.
So यहाँ पे sir, I used to follow a subject-wise approach. अगर पहले there are very ways to do, but I was like पहले हिस्ट्री खत्म करना है तो हिस्ट्री खत्म करना है, be
हम्म.
it 1 week or 2 week. फिर मैंने जियोग्राफी सोशल ऐसे जो भी सिलेबस पे है आई यूज टू गो सब्जेक्ट बाय सब्जेक्ट गिव 2 weeks 3 weeks 2 weeks 3 weeks to each and every subject.
करेक्ट.
Jab when all the basic foundation is done, when
हम्म.
everything is done, maths also applies to maths English, I started giving a plenty of mocks, sir. जो भी open source से मिलता है, there are plenty of sources. I used to attend previous year questions paper, etc. In
हम्म.
this way, I was able to clear in my first CDS attempt itself, and I got IMA. So this was the approach I did for CDS.
कोई भी बच्चा अगर एंड ये तूने सही बात बोली यहाँ पे सारे बच्चे जो भी ना डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट्स हैं पर्टिकुलरली सीडीएस एफकेट दे रहे हैं यार मैं एक चीज बोलना चाहूंगा उन सभी को कि कोई भी बच्चा जो एवरेज लेवल का है नीतीश 60-70s का है 60-70s में इसने स्कोर किया 80 पे तो पहुंचा भी नहीं है मेरे भी बीटेक में 68.88 थे आई एम फ्रॉम मैकेनिकल 12th
Hmm.
10th में नंबर ज्यादा थे मेरे 72 थे
Hmm.
आई वाज आल्सो 60-70s 80 में तो कभी नहीं पहुंचा स्टिल आई वाज एबल टू क्लियर 5 सीडीएस 8 एफकेट हाउ आई वाज एबल टू क्लियर इट बिकॉज़ आई वाज डेडिकेटेड फेलो तो टाइम
Hmm.
अगर आपके पास होता है और आप उसको वेल यूटिलाइज करते हो मेहनत करते हो बच्चों पेपर तो नहीं रुकता मैं तो दोनों एग्जाम्स के लिए पढ़ाता भी हूँ अगर आपको कभी नहीं निकले तो भाई मेरे पास आके बैच में पढ़ लेना बलिदान बैच सीडीएस का है एफकेट का तेजस है तो उसमें आके आप
Hmm.
पढ़ सकते हो अब मुझे
Hmm.
ये बता कि ये तो तेरा एग्जाम निकला
Hmm.
व्हाट डू यू फील कि भाई 5 बार लगातार स्क्रीन आउट हो गया मैं और
Hmm.
ऐसा क्यों हो रहा था व्हाट व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग एक्चुअली तुझे क्या लगता
Hmm.
है कि 5 बार स्क्रीन आउट बार बार स्क्रीन आउट ही हुए जा रहा हूँ तब तो
Hmm.
मेरे पास आया था बाद में जब एक बार को सर मैं 5 बार स्क्रीन आउट एक बार कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट हो गया मैंने कहा इस बार तू स्क्रीन आउट नहीं होगा तू टेंशन मत ले भाई आई विल मेक यू गो थ्रू माई जीडी तब तेरे को मैं
Hmm.
देखूंगा 5 बार स्क्रीन आउट कैसे हुआ मतलब तुझे क्या लगता है बिकॉज मेरा पर्पस जब मैं वीडियो बनाता हूँ या इंटरव्यू रिकॉर्ड करता हूँ ये नहीं होता कि
Hmm.
केवल इंटरव्यू करना है आई जस्ट वांट टू
Hmm.
फिगर आउट द मिस्टेक दैट यू गाइस वर डूइंग एंड इवेंचुअली यू गॉट रिकमेंडेड डिड यू डू
Hmm.
सम इंट्रोस्पेक्शन कि सर दिस वाज द थिंग इस वजह से हो रहा था बार बार सेम चीज हो रही थी.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So, sir, it is a very dynamic concept. So एक तो होता है, see sir, in the screening test, according to me, 4 dots has to be connected all the way to get screened in. One is the
Yes,
story writing, narration, OIR, as well as the discussion. All
correct,
these four has to be connected to get screened in. In that day, on the day of performance, even if one is not connected, then you are getting screened out.
correct.
So I was not able to maintain this consistency in the last, when the first 5 attempts. So that is why I kept getting screened out. Later, what really helped me was attending your mock interview, sir. I was able to get real hand experience.
Hmm.
When you actually give a mock, you'll be put under a time pressure, and that is when your own self will come out. And in the first 5 attempts, I didn't do any such thing. I was like, "Chalo, मेरा college पे ये सब करके I have left it."
Hmm.
Both confidence. I was very overconfident.
ओवर
So this
कॉन्फिडेंस है, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस ने लुटिया डुबा दी तुम्हारी।
when I went for my first attempt in serious IMA, sir, I was like, अरे ये सब मैंने कॉलेज पे ही कर दिया, ये सब हो जाएगा मेरा. When
हाँ,
I went there and sat in front of the people, the other candidates in the discussion, sir, then the reality hit me. And the same thing happened for the next 4 attempts. Although I was progressing in every aspect, but there was still much to cover to it. And that is
करेक्ट।
why I kept getting screened out. And it was during my AFCAT entry, sir. What differently I did was I did give a touch to involve a lot of my friends, other SSB candidates, and we did a lot of mock interviews.
करेक्ट, गॉट इट।
Then I got, yes, this is where I was lacking. I
हुँ,
lacked the real hand experience.
हुँ,
So that is why I keep telling to my other juniors and everyone in your batch also. Sometimes they keep telling, give mock interviews. It is very important to give mock interviews and have mentors like sir to assess you.
हुँ।
Till you get scoldings from them and get scrutinized, one will never learn.
भाई मैं इतना भी बुरा टीचर नहीं हूँ, तू इतनी बोल रहा है। इवन इफ सर इज कॉल्ड टू माय पर्पस ऑफ, मतलब मेरा डांट लगाने का सिंपल सा रीजन ये है कि यू गाइस गेट अ, इट इज नॉट जस्ट टू रिडिक्यूल यू और समथिंग, इट इज जस्ट यू गाइस
Yes, yes.
get to learn from this, because
Mm-hmm.
somewhere down the line I was also committing some mistakes, and I always tell you people कि भाई ये नहीं करना, तुमको वहां पे जाके दिक्कत हो जाएगी, तुम वापस से आ जाओगे फिर। सो आई थिंक इवेंचुअली इट टर्न्ड आउट गुड, तेरे फेवर में ही रही सारी चीजें, तो उससे बेनिफिट हुआ काफी। जीडी में तो भाई जो गदर, मैं तो डांट देता, अबे तू अब तू बोलेगा नहीं 5 मिनट, दूसरे बच्चों को बोलने दिया कर। तो सो दैट वाज द थिंग। तो आई थिंक वो, और उस चीज का कितना फर्क पड़ा इस वाले अटेम्प्ट में, ये बता।
Sir, I never knew I was doing that mistake till you told me. Why होता है ना, when you have someone experienced, seasoned gurus in front of you, till they tell you that you're doing this, you will never get to know. And only that day I realized I was doing the same thing in the last 5 attempts. And I still remember, sir, I was giving group discussion. I was involving and speaking a lot. Then sir interrupted me and told, if you keep doing this, you'll get screened out. Sir, that haunted me till I go to the screening test. I was like, sir ने उस दिन बोल दिया, aggressive मत हो, बस be very humble and let others talk. Even when I was entering the room also, sir, that keep hitting my mind. So during the discussion time, I followed the same pattern.
हम्म,
Let others speak. Listen to others. Even if you talk for 2, 3 times, talk for 20 to 30 seconds, be very meaningful in whatever you tell and just slow down. Don't even talk. Let others talk. So this is one mantra I kept in my mind. In the discussion, talk 4 to 5 times and be very meaningful in whatever you say.
so I
So that
always,
will help me.
हाँ नहीं, I always told you people ना कि do not speak for the sake of speaking, speak for making an
Mm.
impact, and that actually
Yes. Yes.
worked out, and it always
Mm.
works। कि आप केवल
Mm.
बोलने के लिए बोलोगे ना, अगर बार 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 कि मुझे बोलना है जी, सबसे
Mm.
एक तो चैलेंज है कि बच्चों को अंग्रेजी बोलनी नहीं आती, वो तो खैर दे आर पीपल हु विल नॉट
Mm.
एवर गेट सिलेक्टेड, बट इफ यू आर गुड
Mm.
एट स्पीकिंग यू कैन स्पीक गुड इंग्लिश। So
Mm.
do not speak for the sake of speaking. Speak for making an impact. Once you are able to make an impact, assessor will notice you. You'll get marks.
Mm.
You will easily
Mm.
get screened in. And I think 5 बार के बाद जब तू इस वाले अटेम्प्ट में हुआ है ना 8वें में, यही सिंपल सा एक कारण ये था कि यू वाज ग्राउंडेड, तूने मौका देख के चौका मारा, यू फायर्ड व्हेन इट वाज रिक्वायर्ड एंड यू मेड
हाँ.
इट। अब आते हैं
Mm.
भाई मेरे, ये तो चलो आप हो गए, इसमें गए। अब आते हैं आपके इस वाले एसएसबी के अटेम्प्ट पे।
Mm.
हाउ वाज योर साइक टेस्ट? एक एक प्रोसेस पे बात करते हैं।
Sir, psych went really well, sir. So Most of the time, what pressure I had was the psychologist was just standing right in front of me. I couldn't
अच्छा.
even lift my head. So I was pinned down to the paper for the whole VAT for the TAT test and all. So coming to the TAT test, I promised one thing to myself:
Mm-hmm.
be yourself. Whatever comes into your mind that time, write it down. Although a lot of preparation definitely went through it, sir. If you remember, I was sending you in the night time and all, telling you, sir, please, मेरा story एक बार review कीजिए.
हाँ
So,
हाँ हाँ.
sir, yeah. So, sir also gave, he was correcting me whenever you possible. ये ऐसे मत करो, write it like this. So a lot of preparation and work also went behind it, sir. So right from knowing how to convert a negative story into positive, what is assessors actually looking, the way you conduct the flow, that is very important, sir. And it has to always be the same. It has to give a consistent response in all the 12 stories, including the blank stories. It should all be connected to your personality, meaning a PIQ, and the response should be the same way in everything. And what other thing what I made was, sir, the name which we use for in the story writing. I started off with A, sir, Amit, B for Bharat, C for Chetan. So jab in the story also I made it like this. So coming to the end point, I remember there was one story in the seventh or eighth, sir, where the letter J came. It was something about a graveyard.
अच्छा.
So I was all familiar with the Hindu names, but when this came, I had to improvise. So I made him a Joel.
Okay, nice.
So this is where, sir, when you practice a lot, you start reacting to those clues and the tag stories very quick. You'll start improvising, and that
Yes.
comes only through practice, sir. And that is how I made it through TAT.
ठीक है.
And coming to VAT, sir, I got so obsessed with clearing SSBs this time. Jab bhi wherever in I'm working or training someone in day-to-day life, whatever word I used to see, I used to make a sentence out of it. So by the end of the day, I would have made 60 to 70 words, and I was very crisp with what I want to express in the word also. Kyunki in the words, many will write. If you tell them to write, we can write anything. But what is assessors looking? The delivery, that needs to be worked upon, sir.
So it was your hard work ना man. Like अगर तू एक मान ले कि there are 60 words coming up, you are in your actual SSB you are getting 60 words. So if you are
Hmm.
practicing one set per day, so that is a good
Hmm.
ratio यार. People are not working. I always keep on telling to the people, please अगर इतने ज़्यादा, if you are a super serious fellow, please
Hmm.
practice at least one side का assessment daily. एक डोजियर करना है, एक डोजियर करना है. Very few people do that. एंड इफ यू
Hmm.
आर एबल टू डू दैट, आप आराम से निकल जाओगे 3-4 महीने की प्रिपरेशन में. बट इतना
Hmm.
पेन बच्चे लेते नहीं है ना. वेरी कैजुअल अप्रोच दे फॉलो. दे बिकम सीरियस बिकॉज इट वाज योर लास्ट अटेम्प्ट ना. तो यू हैव टू गो ऑल गन्स ब्लेजिंग. उसके बाद तो कुछ था नहीं भाई दिमाग में. सो वो चीज
Yes,
होती
sir.
है ना कि आखिरी अटेम्प्ट है, तो मैंने तेरे को ये भी बोला था कि आखिरी है तो आखिरी की तरह कर. आई यू रिमेंबर आई टोल्ड यू, इफ इट इज योर लास्ट, मेक इट योर लास्ट. ठीक है.
Yes,
उसके
sir.
बाद
Yes.
अदरवाइज फिर यू विल लिव इन रिग्रेट कि यार क्या हो गया, व्हाट हैपन, ये हो गया वो हो गया. सो
Hmm.
वो लाइफ में ना रिग्रेट में नहीं जीना है कभी भी.
हाँ, sir.
इट शुड नॉट बी द केस इन लाइफ. एक सेकंड, मेरा लाइट इज गोइंग, लेट मी फिक्स इट. तो
Hmm.
तो आपको लाइफ में रिग्रेट में बेसिकली नहीं जीना है कभी भी. तो
हाँ, sir.
दैट शुड नॉट बी द केस कि आप पढ़ रहे हो पर आपका रिजल्ट नहीं आ रहा, आपका आउटपुट नहीं आ रहा. अब हो गया
Hmm.
तुम्हारा वेट हो गया, और एसआरटी का क्या सीन था? हाउ डिड यू
Sir,
एसआरटी?
SRTs पे ये गूगल पे जो भी मिलता है सर ओपन सोर्स है.
हाँ
I
हाँ.
used to attend a lot. उसके अलावा I used to download all these PDFs from Google. Then
ठीक
I
है.
used to have a printout.
ओके.
Sir, I used to give psych test in the last 2 weeks before going to SSB every single day, different set. By the time I was attending SSBs, I had at least 1,000 to 1,200 words and at least 600 SRTs in my mind, sir. For example, if I was writing the bats, the sentence used to pour out of my hand freely. So that such was the confidence I had. So I was always well on my preparation. Same went to my SRTs also. So
हम्म.
obviously, many must be knowing how to write SRTs. That is, we keep putting the commas, commas, commas. So that
करेक्ट.
approach I followed. But this time, what I did better was improving the speed. I knew I had the qualities. But when I started off, I started only with responding only to 30 to 31. I was like, ऐसे तो SSS won't even look at my paper. But
Hmm.
when I started working on the speed, I was able to increase it to 70, oh, sorry, 45, 48. I was getting very close. And in this SSBs, I was able to give 48 response.
48 SS 48 SRTs you have done out of 60.
Ah, sir, I was very confident with what I wrote. And one thing, sir, never skip any SRTs. It doesn't matter if you skip at the end. So assessors will understand that, okay, इसको time नहीं मिला, so he was able to, although try to complete everything, but don't try to skip any word in the middle nor any SRTs in the middle.
हम्म, बढ़िया। अब ये हो गया तुम्हारा एसआरटी। सेल्फ डिस्क्रिप्शन का क्या सीन था? हाउ हाउ वाज योर सेल्फ डिस्क्रिप्शन हैपनिंग? मतलब उसमें कुछ ग्लोरीफाई तो नहीं किया, ज्यादा अपनी तारीफें तो नहीं लिख दी थी? हाउ हाउ डिड यू मेड इट योर सेल्फ
Mm.
डिस्क्रिप्शन?
Sir, I was again very humble in my approach. I'm not a perfect person, sir. I, as much as good things I have in me, so as that I also have a bad things also. So I honestly mentioned it. So what I did was this time specifically, I asked the people whom I needed to ask. For example, my parents, my friends. I asked them, tell me what you know about me. It doesn't matter if you are going to tell bad things also. Although my friends started with telling all the bad things, so you can't mention all that. So I followed this approach. Three good things about you, one bad things about you. And also write the bad things in such a way it is a constructive criticism.
यस,
Taki,
करेक्ट।
you know it is a bad thing. So what are you doing about it? Because we are going to be an officer. Knowing that there is something we need to work upon, we definitely have to. So many A3 is to one approach I followed. Three good things and one constructive criticism in every department, be it the parents, employer's opinion, friend's opinion, myself, and also what I want to be.
व्हाट डिड यू वांटेड टू बी? व्हाट डिड यू रोट इन दैट कॉलम? ये बता दे, अब बता दे चलो।
Sir, again, I clearly emphasized whatever others have mentioned. I want to work on it to become a perfect person. And by doing so, I can be a asset to the organization than being the liability.
हम्म,
So many A bol diya. Apart from this, I also want to be a person
हम्म,
who's constantly developing. So
ओके,
this is to mention that, sir, my mind process was that even after getting recommendation, this isn't the end, sir. Because
हम्म,
even after going to the academy, you will have to work hard. You will have to become a good soldier. So this I mentioned it that in what I want to be. And apart from that, in the last, I told few years from now, I want to be a good officer in the Indian Army.
हम्म,
So this is
ये
what I want.
ये लिख दिया उसमें?
Sir, this very plain and simple. So भी उस time पे, although I prepared and went, but उस time पे I just let the emotions pour into the paper.
इट वाज ऑल नेचुरल देन।
It was all natural, sir.
नेचुरलिटी ही काम करती है एंड में, तो योर ओरिजिनलिटी विल कम आउट इवेंचुअली। एंड
Yes, sir.
most of the people who got recommended, I would say, in the last attempt or so na, because they have been through a lot in the past attempts.
Mm,
Someone is
mm.
in 11, someone is in the 8th attempt, someone 18th attempt also. So you cannot fake it at that point of time. So most of the people got recommended in their last attempt because they are their own self.
Yes, sir,
They have
definitely.
tried, they have tried everything in the past, played, tried, failed.
Mm,
Now they will do what is their actual original personality is. So eventually they
mm,
get recommended. I think this also turned out in your favor. अब आते हैं, तेरा
mm,
साइड टेस्ट हो गया। अब इंटरव्यू के
mm,
बारे में बात करेंगे भाई। यू दिस वाज योर सेकंड इंटरव्यू। पहले तुम एसएसबी में मैसूर से कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट हुए थे। तो इस
mm.
वाले इंटरव्यू में हाउ डिड इट स्टार्टेड एंड क्या कुछ डांट वांट पड़ी इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर? हाउ वाज ही नाइस टू यू? मेरे को नहीं लगता कि एसएससी टेक में कोई भी इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर आपसे नाइस तो होगा नहीं। तू मेरे को कल भी बोल रहा था कि सर ज्यादा इंटरव्यू में मत पूछना प्लीज। तो बता यार, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, तो बता। so that so that there is a reason, there is a reason why
Mm,
I'm asking you that, because once these guys are going, SSC Tech 66 is coming, your juniors will be going for SSB, you are a senior
mm,
law fellow. So
mm.
these guys have a clarity, they will get a clarity ki yaar, it is not a clerical level job, you're going for a class 1
Yes,
girls officer entry, you have to be mature enough.
yes.
what to speak, how to speak, and how much to speak.
Yes.
You just cannot go just like that and then clear your SSB. You need to work hard. You need to prepare in a systematic, well planned manner. So tell me
Mm.
about your interview. How did it started and how did it went?
Mm. Sir, my interview happened on the second day. That is right after my psych test. I was called. I was the first one to be called also in my whole batch.
अच्छा,
So there was whole pressure from my course mates, like what questions were asked.
तो
So
बताएगा,
I didn't.
you will tell everyone कि क्या पूछा. उससे उससे कुछ फर्क पड़ता नहीं है वैसे. कुछ फर्क
Next.
पड़ता है उससे. हाँ, फिर.
But yeah, so but then when I was called, I always trusted in my preparation.
हम्म.
So एक तो था. So I knew what kind of response the assessors is looking and what I had to tell. I was very straightforward, very crisp. And it all started, sir, like usual, they'll make you feel comfortable. How was the journey? Everything, sir.
हम्म.
Suddenly there was a change in the tone. I was like, sir, what happened? He was talking to me nicely for first 5 minutes, then suddenly change in a tone. Then I understood the interview is going to start now. So he was like, okay, gentlemen, we'll talk about your family. I want to know how you are with your family and your studies. Start with all the normal, whatever is in the first page of the PIQ, started asking about it. Then he asked, okay, why didn't you get low marks in second PUC? You tell me about it. This was happening during my rapid question round. So I explained, sir, although I was the marks is not average, but I was very involved in the other extracurricular activities. So I told them, sir, you can also see in the PIQs that I've been involved in a lot of things. He was like, okay. Then when I started to answer, sir, in the middle, he was stopping me.
हम्म. हम्म.
So I had a very hard time remembering the previous questions where I left, then again answer it. So from the first 10 minutes itself, he started putting pressure on me. So I was like, okay, fine. He's putting pressure on me. Something he's trying to check. Okay, let's do it. I held my composure. Then in the second time, he went to my second page about the sports, everything. He started asking me about current affairs in that also. And what will you do? He also asked me questions like, okay, you have told me you are the president of the club. Tell me
हम्म.
what all you did.
हम्म.
Where when I started to answer, he was cross-checking in that also.
हम्म.
He really wanted to put pressure. He was like asking simple things. Okay, the current went out. What will you do? Okay, suddenly the it started to rain. What will you do? So, but the good thing, sir, this actually happened in my real life also.
हाँ, तो वो तो ओरिजिनलिटी निकलेगी ना वहाँ तो.
Ah, so this is what I responded, and that is how I told naturally also in interview. He was like, okay, fine.
Did you lie?
Then, huh?
Did you lie in your interview?
Sir, I don't like to call it lying. It is called hiding. See,
ठीक
so
है.
what I mean to say is, sir, assessors don't need to know everything.
हम्म.
Okay, be very crisp in what you have to tell. That's it. Okay, but if you're lying, they're masters in catching you. They will start examining you. So there is no escape from that. So be very natural. Tell only what is needed. So that also again comes with a practice. Also, you need to sit in front of the mirror and uh, deliver the response in a way it is accepted, so it doesn't raise any suspicion. So for example, sir, in the last 2 weeks I remember every day I used to sit in front of the mirror and take an interview myself.
I told you do mirror practice. It worked.
Huh. Yes, yeah, I started sitting in front, I started questioning myself. My parents started to laugh at me, what are you doing?
बोलो अभी अभी नहीं, बाद में बताएंगे, रुक जाओ.
So this really helped. So talk only what is needed. Everyone's life is not perfect, no one is god. So क्या बोलता है, my mother keeps telling me this, sir. In every dosa there is hole. So in
हम्म.
everyone's life there is a problem. So tell
हम्म.
only what is needed, and that is how you pass interview. If you expose yourself, no sir, you are opening yourself to further examination.
That everything need not to be told. You have to
Yes,
you have to draw the boundary. You need to have your
this is where maturity comes also.
correct. That is what people don't understand. And it is, people think
Mhm.
it as a casual thing कि यार you will just go to SSB हो जाएगा notification के, they are excited for the notification. When the notification will come, when the cutoff will come, I say
Mm.
focus on the preparation. I'll tell you everything, but what is the preparation? Where is your preparation? Even if I ask you 4 basic question of your branch, you will not be able to answer. So everything goes down with the preparation. अच्छा, उसके बाद फिर क्या हुआ? प्रेशर हो रहा था बीच बीच में. He was disturbing you in between, breaking your flow so that you forgot the stuff.
Mm.
उसके बाद
Sir, he went to the extremes of telling he went on to go and turn on the AC by himself. He was rotating the chair, he was drinking water just to tell me that he is not listening.
hmm.
For a couple of minutes, for a couple of seconds, I even stopped to let him drink water. It was like, okay, gentlemen, go on. What are you waiting for me? You want water? Take and drink. So पूरा pressure का माहौल था, but I was like, okay, fine. I knew before entering to the room in my practice also, I made a promise to myself, never fall into pressure. क्योंकि in the AFCAT attempt, I fell for the pressure, sir. I think it was a senior interviewing officer. When he started questioning me, I fell for the pressure. And I couldn't, in the pressure, I couldn't recall what I actually did in my own life. So
Hmm.
that is what they're testing. So knowing that I'm going for a very, what do you call, stressful job, stress is something they have to check in me. And I started preparing in such way. So this went on, sir. Then in the last 10 or 20 minutes, he came to the technical rounds. Technical rounds is something I did not prepare much, but thankfully I prepared enough that I could sail through it very easily. It was all simple, basic engineering concept, but it was very applied nature. He was asking application based questions.
जैसे कि क्या इसमें थोड़ा सा करते हैं, क्योंकि टेक एंट्री के बच्चे
Mm,
बहुत सारे इस वीडियो को देखेंगे. तो जैसे कि
mm,
क्या फ्रॉम इलेक्ट्रिकल है ना, तो
mm.
तो क्या पूछा? व्हाट डिड ही आस्क यू फ्रॉम इलेक्ट्रिकल?
Okay. So the first question he asked me was inquired about my background. So, okay, gentlemen, you did your electrical engineer. Okay, let's say there is a fan above you. Tell me which kind of motor is used. So I told it's a single phase induction motor.
हम्म.
Okay. Now tell me what are the different kind of motors.
हम्म.
So I did prepare all this. So I told him, officer, single phase पे series motor, shunt motor ऐसे कुछ होता है. Okay, gentlemen, very well answered. Now there is a motor outside. What is the difference between this and that motor? Okay, so he was trying to go into my depth. So I was telling, sir, there is a three phase. Sorry.
हाँ.
So what is the difference between a series and a shunt motor? So he was
बिल,
asking all this.
बिल्कुल कोर बेसिक था ये.
Very core basic. Now we started going to application level. Okay, gentlemen, there is a AC. Let's say you are an electrical engineer. What are the methods I can use to make it efficient?
हम्म.
Okay, sir, यहाँ पे I think assessor really got angry because the way I answered was also very silly.
क्या बोला था तू?
Sir,
मुझे.
what I told was, sir, there are ratings in the AC system. The five-star ratings be the highest and efficient one. He was like,
हम्म.
man, are you a sales manager? Try and talk to me like electrical engineer.
हम्म.
So like, so then I realized, okay, he wants to go to the technical aspect to of it. So
हम्म.
I remember I had worked on a project called RFID, sir,
हम्म.
radio frequency. So I was like, sir, I will implement the same technology what I did in electrical engineering to put a radio wave sensors. And whenever the man or someone comes, only then the AC will turn on. In this way, the efficiency will increase. And I will power it to an Arduino board, and that will power the circuit. And this way, I can make it efficient and reduce the current electricity bill. So like, okay, tell me more. I was like, sir,
अब क्या बोलूं? Now I got cooked now.
I was like, acha, ye bata dunga. It was my trump card. After this, he'll keep quiet. He was like, okay, tell me more.
ठीक है. फिर
Fair, sir. Okay, sir, give me a few seconds. I knew he was putting me in pressure, but I was like, sir, give me a few seconds. I'll think. And I was like, sir, I will keep the AC system clean. I will do regular maintenance of all the duct pipe and everything, and even the fans outside and all. That will definitely improve. I was like, okay, tell me more. So he kept going on this. Sir, the third one, I told something which I'm not able to remember. But even after that, he told, tell me more. I was like, sir. I told him, sir, I only know this much, sir, but I will definitely go and look into it
Mhm.
and make myself aware of it. So this was how he went. And the last best question I really liked in the interview, sir, you are an electrical engineer. Tell me how you can contribute to the Indian Army.
Hmm.
So when I had this answer also prepared, I told, sir, I can find myself working in various corps of engineer. He was like, Acha, tell me all the engineering corps in the Indian Army. So I told EME, signals, the sappers, everything. Then he asked about the EME's training center. Where is it? So ये भी बता दिया. Then I told I can work in the radar system, establishing correct electricity lines in the borders, so powering all those generators, keeping it functional. Then he asked, okay, so you're talking about radars and all. Then he went near Operation Sindoor, sir.
ओह
So
अच्छा.
yeah, he carried the whole flow of whatever I was studying into Operation Sindoor. Okay, suppose you are an electrical engineer, you are going to face 500 drones from the enemies. Tell
Okay.
me, what are the ways, gentlemen, you can go about it? What would you like to suggest Indian Army to do new this time? So this was one good question, sir.
बढ़िया. तो ऑफ सिंदूर के बारे में और क्या बताया था, और हाउ डिड इट वेंट, क्या क्या पूछा?
He asked, "Tell me some of the weapons used in Operation Sindoor."
वो तो तेरे को पता था सारा, तो पढ़ के गया
Yes,
था.
sir, I was wide awake. If you remember, we both were awake in the whole night. We were
हाँ.
in the YouTube sessions and all talking about all this.
ये तो हमने यूट्यूब पे सेशन किया, ये देखो पाकिस्तान को हमने बम से मार दिया, ये जहाज यूज किया, ये वाला बम फेंक के मारा. तो याद होगा, यू वी वर अवेक, वी वर डूइंग लाइव सेशन कंटीन्यूअसली 4-5 दिन लगातार. मैं रोज रात को लाइव आता था. मतलब आई
Uh,
वाज हाइपर एक्टिव. अब मैं सो भी नहीं रहा था उस टाइम तो.
hmm. It is all because, sir, my seniors, some of them were actively involved in Operation Sindoor. So I
हम्म.
was really concerned about their health. So somewhere, sir, I this weapon systems, everything which was used in Operation Sindoor was like intact in my mind. I didn't even have to prepare for it. What
हम्म.
there, I told around 10, 12 weapons. Was like, okay, okay, enough.
बढ़िया बढ़िया. अब आते
Hmm.
हैं लोग उस पे, क्या कहते हैं, आपका इंटरव्यू. और कोई मेमोरी है तेरी इंटरव्यू की?
Hmm. Yes, sir. He was like asking me, "Sir, you are earning well in such a civil field.
हम्म.
Let's say you are recommended and you become an officer. Don't you think you'll be earning less than what you're earning in the initial years?" Sir,
अभी
this, huh,
एक, सॉरी बीच में रोकना. अभी वैसे पैसे, कितने पैसे कमा रहा था तू? मेरे को तो पता है, बट टू जस्ट फॉर द ऑडियंस, हाउ मच मनी यू वाज मेकिंग व्हेन यू एसएसबी
sir, I was making anywhere between 60 to 70 thousand per month.
पर मंथ?
And I was also doing uh, freelancing sessions for the client. That also again is variable amount per month, but 60 to 70,000 per month, let's say.
सो यहाँ पे जो बेरोजगार जनता है, जो कुछ नहीं कमाती, इस बच्चे से आप एक इंस्पिरेशन ले सकते हो. तो डू समथिंग, डू सम फ्रीलांसिंग गिग्स, स्टार्ट
Mm,
वर्किंग आउट. आप कुछ भी करो, पैसे कमाओ. पेरेंट्स पे
mm,
बर्डन नहीं बनना है बेटा.
uh-huh,
बर्डन नहीं बनना है. दैट इज वेयर सेंस ऑफ रिस्पांसिबिलिटी कम इनटू प्ले. इफ यू आर सिटिंग आइडल डूइंग बीटेक,
mm.
दैट इज अ सिन. पाप है वो. नीड हेल्प. बहुत सारे बच्चों की इंटर्नशिप, क्या जॉब्स तक लगवाई है मैंने. मदद चाहिए, मेरे पास आ जाना. आई विल हेल्प यू एज अ ब्रदर. मैं तुम लोगों
Mm.
को तकलीफ में सच में नहीं देख सकता भाई. मेरे बीटेक वाले बच्चों को कोई बोले ना कि भाई तुम कुछ नहीं करो, मेरे को पर्सनली मेरे पे आ जाती है वो बात. बहुत बुरा लगता है. तो दैट इज द थिंग. एंड फिर उन्होंने उस बात पे क्या बोला, ओके आप तो पैसे कमा रहे हो, फौज में तो इतनी मौज नहीं है, फिर क्या करोगे, ये बोला ना?
Sir, again, I had this answer prepared. So
हम्म.
I took a few seconds off. I wanted to put a lot of emotion into it. So I
हाँ.
took a few seconds off. Then I told, sir, if I really wanted to make money, I will stay back in the civilian field. But to me, I have a life principle that I always want to serve something for a higher purpose. Right now, I had to take care of my family. That was higher purpose. Now they're well taken care of. Now I want to give back to the country, and that is why I'm here. And money is not a matter to me, sir. Just give me humble enough money so that I and my family can live in dignity. So this is the answer I told them. It's
लवली
like,
है. इट केम आउट ऑफ योर हार्ट डायरेक्टली.
oh, sir.
I cannot tell you how proud I'm feeling as a mentor. Good, good. अब
Sir,
ये
another thing, sir. Sorry to interrupt. You
हम्म,
told about working, sir. Sir, it is very important for a tech entry. And at least if you're like in the 25 or 26, in the late end of the um, um, uh, getting to the SSBs and all, if you're in 21, just out of the graduation, then it is fine. But it is very important you're a working candidate, because the kind of exposure, the kind of nurturing, the environment will make you a different person. It'll give you a lot of responsibility. The way you communicate to people around you, the way you make judgment, everything matters. And that is what they are also looking.
correct. When you start earning, I'll add, I did my BTech when I was 19 and a half. मैं बहुत जल्दी कॉलेज से ग्रेजुएट हो गया था. I still remember when I was in my first SSB in 2015.
Mhm.
My interviewing officer छोड़ो, जहाँ पे documents verification में there was a wing commander rank officer. I was for a flying pilot entry. It was a fast track entry for flying. And he was
Mhm.
shocked. Are you graduated? मैंने कहा yes sir. Are you sure? मैंने कहा yes sir. Degree ये रही. Please see my degree. 19 and a half I was out of college with a BTech degree. बिकॉज मेरा किस्सा अलग है. बिकॉज माई पेरेंट्स एंड माई फैमिली बैकग्राउंड इज ऑफ टीचिंग. तो मैंने नर्सरी एलकेजी नहीं की थी. 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 ऐसे करके 12th के बाद
Mhm.
सीधा बीटेक. नो ड्रॉप नथिंग व्हाटसोएवर.
Mhm.
Immediately after I was out of college, I started working. At the age of
Mhm.
19 or 20, I was out. तो I started
Mhm.
earning. पहली जॉब जो लगी थी वो 18,000 रुपये महीने की थी. एंड उसके
Mhm.
बाद इवेंचुअली आई रोज ऑन टू बिकम अप टू 3 lakhs सैलरी
Mhm.
तक था गया मैं. और फिर 8 साल के बाद जब मैंने जॉब छोड़ी डिफेंस एग्जाम मास्टर को चलाने के लिए, तो मेरे को
Mhm.
एक चीज़ का एहसास हुआ कि यार जो मैंने जितना साल मैंने काम किया ना, दैट एक्चुअली मेड मी मोर मैच्योर. और तेरी वाली
Yes.
बात सही है कि आप जब बाहर जाते हो, काम करते हो, लोगों से मिलते हो, योर पर्सनैलिटी ऑटोमेटिकली गेट ग्रूम्ड.
Yes. Yes.
ये
Agreed.
lot
Completely.
of maturity comes into play. Your leadership skills get honed.
Mm.
So that is the thing that actually made the differences in my last attempts, and that is actually also helping you people out, because
Yes.
you guys ask me, sir, this is the thing that is happening with me. How should I tackle it? So I can
Mm.
now tell you from my experience कि अच्छा, if I were at your place, I have done it. तो इस तरीके से कर लो. तो वो चीज़ें तो हैं. तो जॉब करना बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है भाई. अगर आप, जैसे नीतीश ने भी बोला, 24 25 26 साल के वो आखिरी अटेम्प्ट चल रहे हैं ना, और आप कुछ नहीं
Mm.
कर रहे हो, तो दैट विल बैकफायर. हंड्रेड
Yes. Yes.
परसेंट
Mm.
अर्निंग. कुछ तो करो.
Mm.
हाँ बता.
Yeah. So he didn't just ask me in this one question. He repeatedly asked me in several ways, in a lot of ways. He
हम्म.
was asking me during rapid fire also, what are the responsibilities you have taken? Then he
हम्म.
separately asked me, how do you save your money? What do you
हम्म.
do with your money? He also asked, what do you do in your weekends differently than what you do in the weekdays?
हम्म.
So these are ways he's actually trying to test the responsibilities we have towards our family, the what how we manage our expenses. So yes, sir, definitely. For a tech entry, at least we need to be working.
और दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि वो, क्योंकि जिम्मेदारी वाला काम है ना. नौकरी कोई चपरासी भर्ती थोड़ी है. फौज का अफसर बन रहे हो. You're going to
Uh,
become a class and gazette officer of the Indian Army, or I would say Indian Armed Forces, even if you got selected for Navy or Air Force also. So they need
mm,
a mature chap. You need to be mature.
yeah.
So that is what they are looking for. And why they are asking you repeatedly same thing, because people also fake it. बहुत सारे बच्चे झूठ बोल देते हैं. तो
Mm,
अगर आप झूठ बोल रहे हो और आपको अपना, आपने बोला कि सर मैं तो वर्किंग हूँ, मेरी तो 50,000 रुपये तनख्वाह है, आई एम अर्निंग
mm,
50,000 रुपीज अ मंथ. बट
mm,
इवन इफ यू आर अर्निंग 50,000 रुपीज अ मंथ, and you cannot give him proper calculation of where your money is going,
mm,
what work you are doing, you will get caught and then you are done. फिर तो कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट. फिर नहीं होगा. सो डू नॉट एवर लाई. जैसे
mm,
नीतीश ने बोला, you do not have to tell them everything. You can hide few things. That is your personal space. Never ever share your personal stuff.
mm.
Anything. ऐसा तो नहीं पूछा कुछ, गर्लफ्रेंड गर्लफ्रेंड है ये वो, ऐसा कुछ सवाल तो नहीं पूछा तेरे को?
No, sir, he didn't ask me about all that.
बहुत सारे बच्चे फंस जाते हैं इसमें. ठीक है. ओके.
Mm,
अब आते हैं इंटरव्यू. आई थिंक और कुछ तो नहीं है इंटरव्यू में बताने के लिए. एनी एडवाइस यू वांट टू गिव दीस गाइस?
mm. Sir, I'm someone a firm believer in preparation
हम्म.
to every juniors out there.
हम्म.
प्रिपरेशन अच्छे से करो. जो भी PIQ में है, उसी
हम्म.
उसी से ही पूछेगा सर. He doesn't
Hmm.
know anything about you. He is going to ask everything about you.
Correct.
So be very aware about it. So the what really happens is that during the interview, people forget who they are, what happened in their life. So that is where they won't be able to justify also in interview. In the pressure time, they'll forget. So what you do is take a book, whatever you're writing in the PIQ, write it in a story manner. For example, if you have mentioned your city Bangalore, take the topic Bangalore, write 10 questions about it.
Correct. That
Yeah.
level of preparation is required. Yes. Correct.
Hmm. Even your height and weight also, sir. अगर height and weight पे even know what is a BMI formula also. If he is
Hmm.
you have written something like cricket, know every questions about cricket. So by the end of the time for interview itself, your 200 to 250 pages book will be filled.
Hmm.
Go with this kind of preparation. I don't think any interviewer or anything will stop you.
That level of preparation is actually required. People
Mm,
take it very lightly, I would say.
mm,
But if someone who's preparing that the way you told, I also prepared
mm,
in the same manner. I have this thick,
mm,
ये एक कॉपी है,
mm.
इसके अलावा और दो कॉपी है, इतनी मोटी कॉपी भर जाती थी भाई। ये एसएसबी
In
की
fact, you only told me, sir. You only told me
हाँ,
start preparing in all this.
मैंने तुम
अभी भी
लोगों
मेरे
को
पास
बताया
books.
था। मैंने तुम
Mm,
लोगों को बताया था कि मेरी कॉपियाँ भरी हुई है। मैंने वीडियो भी बना के डाली है यूट्यूब पे कि कितनी तैयारी लगती है एक्चुअली में। So I
mm,
told you because there was a reason. You need to frame
mm,
every question possible from your PI,
mm,
and you need to have
mm.
all the answers in your head. झूठ
Yes, yes.
वहाँ पे झूठ नहीं निकलेगा ना, आपने तैयारी इतनी करी है तो वहाँ झूठ बोलने का लॉजिक नहीं है।
Mm,
तो ये तरीके के बच्चे सेलेक्ट हो रहे हैं। एक जो नेचुरली बना है उस चीज़ के लिए वो एक बार में सेलेक्ट हो जाएगा। दूसरा जो
mm,
बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करके जा रहा है, जो ये करके गया था, उस लेवल की
mm.
मेहनत। बीच वाले आदमी का कोई वो नहीं है। इफ यू आर इन द मिडल, थोड़ी सी तैयारी कर लेते हैं, हो गया तो हो गया, नहीं हुआ तो दैट देन यू आर डन। फिर नहीं होगा भाई। यू हैव टू बी वेरी सीरियस फेलो। This
Yes,
is
sir.
Indian Army. This is Indian Armed Forces. This is not
Yes,
you're
sir.
not going for a clerical level job. You're going to lead people out there after some time. So you need to think
Mm,
in such a manner. कि even if I get selected, how can I be a resource? How can I be an asset to the organization I'll be joining? तो
yes.
अब आते हैं जीटीओ वाले किस्से पे। जीटीओ के बारे में बात करते हैं, फिर उसके बाद इंटरव्यू रैप करेंगे। जीटीओ का बता, जीटीओ कैसा हुआ? जीडी में तो तुमने फोड़ दिया होगा, पहले तो 2 जीडी होते हैं भाई। जीडी के लिए तो मैंने
Okay.
क्या नहीं किया, मैंने तो बहुत तैयारी करवाई थी तुम लोगों को।
So GTO was my favorite part, sir. So it is also because of my past also. I was not a person who was in the class and all.
हाँ।
Whenever a class finishes, I used to go out, do some extracurricular activities, debate, speech, talk, and all the club activities. So that was very natural to me. So
हुँ,
GT was something, it is in my own comfort zone.
हुँ,
So coming to the preparation and all, sir, what I did was I had around 70 to 80 topics prepared, which was a lecturate come group discussion topic. So I knew no matter what GT was going to throw at me, I am coming at him. I
हुँ,
am going to own this GTO. So group discussion, one topic was also about drug related, sir. What is causing drug influx in our country? So I had this notes prepared for the lecturate as well as group discussion. So points, statics, everything came out. Now, when it comes to delivery again, the discussions you have held, so there also it kept ringing bell in me. Never dominate. Talk
ये
when you talk, everyone has to listen to you. So uh, I had this voice modulation, sir. I had a very good voice that I used it into my advantage.
I told you this thing, you had a good voice. Do not
Mm,
dominate. But once you
mm,
start speaking, everyone else will listen. But you need to know when you have to speak.
mm,
I told you this thing
mm.
lot many times. I think you actually उसको तूने seriously लिया इस बार, इसलिए हो गया।
Sir, both, sir. It kept haunting me every time.
ठीक है अब भाई मेरा मेरा मतलब वो नहीं, मेरा मकसद ये होता है कि यार इफ दैट किड हैज द पोटेंशियल,
Mm,
और वो कहीं बच्चे गलती करते हैं छोटी-छोटी, जैसे तेरा था कि तू
mm,
तो बोलता था दूसरी दू किसी को बोलने नहीं दे रहा भाई। सारे शांत। यू आर कीपिंग ऑन स्पीकिंग एंड सो यू हैव टू बी हम्बल व्हाइल इन अ ग्रुप डिस्कशन, यू हैव टू बी हम्बल, यू हैव टू लिसन टू एवरीवन,
very,
यू हैव टू मेक एन
very, sir.
इम्पैक्ट। डेटा वाइज़ तो यू
Mm,
आर सॉर्टेड, यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड इनफ। तो
mm.
डू यू अच्छा एक चीज़ मेरे को बता कि डू यू थिंक प्रायर प्रिपरेशन तो यू हैव ऑलरेडी डन, but fact and figures, how much fact and figures and your data and your knowledge matters in the group discussion?
Sir, one thing is we are going to be an officer. One needs to know what is happening in his country, and not just by theories, by stats and facts.
Hmm.
And it plays a very crucial role. And see, sir, we are going to be an officer someday. We are going to represent our country. It could be anywhere,
Correct.
and that time we shouldn't be looking like someone who's out of place or dumb. So we need to be on our shoes. So this is where preparations are again facts and figures. I had it written in red ink so that I never forget all this. And even in during my group discussion also, sir, I used to mention it in numbers, percentages, and all. So it really gathers not just your candidates' attention. Assessors will definitely know about it. But when you once talk with all these facts and figures, people start listening to you. When you open your mouth, they're going to start listening to you. So
Hmm.
this is a very natural process that happens. A wise person and learned person will stand out.
करेक्ट। मैटर करता है भाई, डेटा होना चाहिए, इसलिए
Mm,
मैं बोलता हूँ रोज
mm,
न्यूज़ सुनना है, यू हैव टू वर्क अपॉन
mm,
योर जनरल अवेयरनेस, यू हैव टू वर्क अपॉन योर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, पावर ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन, बिकॉज़ दैट
mm.
विल मेक यू स्टैंड आउट फ्रॉम द क्राउड एंड दैट इज़ वेयर योर सिलेक्शन विल कम। सो
And
हुँ, यस।
1 minute, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
हुँ,
So
हुँ,
this is not something you do only for SSBs.
करेक्ट,
So this will help in the career also.
राइट।
Mm,
सो ये तो मेहनत है, मतलब दिस इज़ अ कांस्टेंट प्रोसेस कि आप केवल उसी चीज़ के लिए नहीं कर रहे हो ना, लाइफ में भी आपको फैक्टफुल बनना पड़ेगा। आप कहीं 2 लोगों के बीच में खड़े हो जाओ, यू आर
mm,
अमंग अ क्राउड, व्हेन यू आर
mm,
स्पीकिंग, एवरीवन
mm,
एल्स इज़ लिसनिंग।
mm,
वो ऐसा लाइफ में भी ऐसा ही होना चाहिए। एंड वो तो तूने
mm,
मेहनत करी है, वो तो मैंने देखा है आँखों से भाई कि तूने मेहनत तो करी है बहुत। उसका रिज़ल्ट आपके
mm.
सामने है। अब आते हैं हम जीटीओ में आ गया, फिर तुम्हारा ग्रुप प्लानिंग एक्सरसाइज़ वो कैसी रही? जीपी कैसी रही? कौन किया था लीड? तुम्ही ने दिया था ग्रुप प्लान? किसी और ने दिया था?
सर ग्रुप प्लानिंग एक्सरसाइज, सर इसको भी मैंने बहुत मेहनत किया. आई अटेंडेड योर सम ऑफ योर डिस्कशंस आल्सो. वहाँ पे one day I wrote everything in tabular form. That day also you told me don't ever write like this again. That was another learning which I got from you. So that day on I started writing in point wise,
हुँ,
because in AFCAT last attempt I wrote in tabular form. Maybe that
करेक्ट।
backfired me. So this time I wrote in point form. So sir,
हुँ,
I was very convenient with the template I have to follow. So
हुँ,
before going to SSBs, I had prepared around 10 to 12 progressive this. So I knew what kind of things had to be in that paper, and even the timings also. No sir, I used to write in the military format,
करेक्ट,
0600 hours, something like that. I used to be very precise. I used to mention the distance, the assumed distance, the time used. So sir, ये सब करने वहाँ पे नहीं होगा. You need to practice this and go. If you go
करेक्ट।
there, you won't be able to make a hand-eye coordination to write there. So this is something I practiced. When it came to discussion also, sir, again, smoothly I told everything was going in line, and also whatever I was speaking was logic. Logic's bahut. So whatever I was talking, I used to tell them, see, if we do like this will be better. So sometimes others were right, which it was, and I agreed to them. So this is how it is supposed to be. I feel, sir.
यार मेरे बच्चों को आई एम प्रीटी कॉन्फिडेंट, मेरे बच्चों को कोई ग्रुप डिस्कशन में और नॉलेज में टच करके दिखाओ, बिकॉज़ आई गिव देम सो मच ऑफ डेटा, सो मच ऑफ ज्ञान कि भाई वो वन
Mm.
साइडेड कर देते हैं कहानी। सो दैट इज़ वेयर प्रिपरेशन कम इंटू प्ले। तुम्हारा जीडी हो गया, जीपी हो गया। अब फिर ये रस्सी फट्टाबल्ली में क्या हुआ? व्हाट हैपेंड इन दिस जीपी एंड ऑल? वो क्या कहते हैं, पीजीटी एसजीटी वाला जो था?
Mm. सर यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, आई थॉट आई वॉज a रिपीटर. There were better repeaters than me. People
हम्म,
who had 20 attempts, and there were also 3 4 recommended chaps in our group.
हम्म,
So here sir, when I just went inside to everyone, the whole people started giving solution, everything was done. So that competition we had in our batch. So everyone was giving the responses, everything. So here I could just be a bit of a coordinator. Agar whenever I got a chance, I used to tell them we could do like this. But our Field task, everything was smooth, sir. कहाँ पे we never stopped everything. He was trying to give us more pressure, give another solution, another solution. But fortunately, our group people were very smart. We were able to figure it out. So the best I could do is just involve. That's it.
इन्वॉल्व किया, आइडियाज दिए?
Ideas though, yes, sir. जब भी sometimes whenever we got stuck in few time that was minor stuck. So that time I told we can do like this. So we proceeded without wasting time. So it was all smooth, sir.
पीजीटी, एचजीटी, एफजीटी, इंडिविजुअल
Mm.
ऑब्स्टिकल कैसा हुआ?
Uh, Sir, as I told you, I was involved in a lot of fitness, so this was
भाई
very
के
comfortable zone.
भाई के सिक्स पैक एप्स हैं, जो भी हल्के में ले।
So, so मैंने पूरा 10 obstacles कर दिया. Then I was thinking time out should have finished no, but still the assessor was writing. I was like, फिर चलो और एक तीन कर देते हैं.
ये
So I
कितने?
went till I went till the 13th obstacle, sir.
यार 13 कर दिया तू, सही है,
हाँ, हाँ sir.
नाइस।
13 कर लिया. Then, sir, what my friends were telling was, I did 13, I got tired and I started walking back. Then I realized my friends in that side who finished there at individual obstacles, they were telling me, gentlemen, you still have 10 seconds time. Go, 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 go. So I
फिर
was like, चलो अभी अब नहीं होगा मेरे से.
भाई भाई फेफड़े मुंह में आ जाते हैं उस टाइम पे, यू कैन नॉट यार, 3 मिनट्स में यू आर डूइंग 13, इट इज ओके। आई हैव डन 17 आल्सो, एसएसबी में 17 किया इलाहाबाद में मैं।
हाँ,
भाई
हाँ.
उसके बाद जो हालत थी ना, मैं उठा नहीं पा रहा था लड़के लेके जा रहे थे मुझे। सो
I was like, no, not no more 10 seconds. हो गया आज के लिए बस.
ठीक है, 10 भी कर लेते तो ठीक है। इंडिविजुअल ऑब्स्टिकल ठीक है, आप जितने मैक्सिमम कर लो, रिपीट करोगे तो नंबर आपके बढ़ेंगे। ठीक है,
हम्म.
13 वाज अ गुड नंबर। ये हो गया। कमांड टास्क बचा, फिर आखिरी कमांड टास्क का क्या था?
Hmm. Sir, my command task I remember was the last third.
हाँ।
ठीक है. So before that I was called 2 to 3 times.
हम्म।
So पहले whoever was asked in the first, they were asked a different kind of वो time pressure होता है ना, like जो भी time bomb diffusing वो सब पूछा था. So only for the first two candidates the GT was sir asked. When
हम्म।
it came to mine, it was very easy. I went there, I came out like this in 2 3 minutes. So people were telling me in their see whoever gets the difficult task, they'll only get the assessor is looking at them. I didn't mind all that. I went there, just gave whatever I could. As soon as I went there, the first thing I gave was instructions, sir, the color code, the basic things. I was here also. I was very a proper instructions I gave. Then we started doing that command task, and I came out. Then we started discussing about all this, but I didn't mind much. So command task was also fine, sir. No such obstacles. He didn't ask me anything also.
डिफिकल्टी लेवल बढ़ाया था? डिड दे इंक्रीज योर डिफिकल्टी लेवल की ये खत्म,
Hmm.
दिस इज रेड, दिस इज गॉन, ऐसे करके?
नहीं सर कुछ
इजी
नहीं
था,
किया.
इजी था बहुत।
It's an easy. There was three parallel lines. He was like asking, gentlemen, which line will you choose and why? Sir, I told I find this solution very direct and approach. This will minimize the time in which I spend to solve this. So sir ne bola, okay, go ahead, gentlemen. So yeah, it finished. Sir. My command task ended in like 3 minutes or something, 3 4 minutes.
देयर इज अ गुड न्यूज़ कमिंग। एक बच्चे का मैसेज आया, ही गॉट रिकमेंडेड फ्रॉम कोलकाता बोर्ड जस्ट नाउ। ही इज सेइंग
Oh,
कि सर कहाँ बिजी हो, मेरे को बात करनी है वीडियो कॉल पे। उसका मेडिकल हो गया, he was cleared
congratulations.
fact में। he was also working in Reliance Global Corporate Security, Reliance GCS में
Mhm,
working।
mhm.
so अभी तेरा इंटरव्यू लेने के बाद उससे बात करूंगा, मतलब बहुत उसका आएगा इंटरव्यू बहुत जल्दी। तो मतलब
Mhm,
इट वाज गुड।
mhm.
ये भी हो गया, जीपी कमांड टास्क हो गया। तो फिर कॉन्फ्रेंस पे आते हैं, हम फिर फाइनल इसको रैप करेंगे। कॉन्फ्रेंस कैसा था, मतलब क्या क्या पूछा? वाज यू नर्वस
Mhm.
बिफोर गेटिंग इनटू द रूम? हाउ वाज इट?
Sir, I was very nervous, to be honest. Even in the interview, I didn't feel much because my interview waiting time was around 15 to 20 minutes.
हम्म।
So I know either they're going to kick me out or they're going to make efforts to keep me in. And if they're going to make efforts to keep me in, they're going to ask something. So, kya hua na, sir? First thing, my chest number came up. When I started to go, the JCO sahab came out. He was like, wait for a minute, sit out for a couple of minutes. We'll call you again. Again, the pressure started. I already waited for 10 minutes. When I chest number came, again I had to wait. There was another 5 minutes of discussion. Then the JCO told you can go inside. So you'll have to move that black door and then you'll have to go in. So as soon as I entered, the president, sir, um, he straight away asked me, gentlemen, tell me your name and your roll number and the sum of it. He didn't even make me sit. So I was
अच्छा.
just I was just standing beside the chair and I told him, sir, I'm Nitish V and a roll number yatta. And it's a simple thing to calculate and tell it there. So they were just trying to check my awareness of what I was doing and all. Then he was like asking, he was looking into my whatever paper or something there. Then he told, okay, gentlemen, you can take a seat.
ठीक है.
फिर सर ने प्रेसिडेंट सर ने क्वेश्चन पूछा. He was like showing his hands. Gentlemen, you have 10 sentences to express yourself. Make it count. मैंने सोचा ओके दिस इज डू और डाई. दिस इज पक्का डू और डाई. ये बोलो,
अच्छा.
अच्छे से बोलो. Tell it in such a way that remember all the 4 5 years of hard work you went. Then I told, okay, sir, give me a few seconds time. He was like, gentlemen, you can't take time. That is not the answer I'm expecting. Then he started tapping the bench. Give me answer now. Sir was like, okay, sir. Then I was like, no, that is not the answer. Again, I'm expecting. Start right away. फिर मैंने बोला, sir, I have come from the city. Same PIQ explanation, what all I do, extracurricular activities, जो 10 sentence पे बोल दिया. Then he started asking me the suggestions and all. What would you like to suggest? For this also had a very sweet reply framed. So he kept asking me 2 times. I was like, okay, tell me something. Like, sir, there's nothing, sir. Everything runs like a smooth oiled machine. Gentlemen, tell me something. कुछ तो होगा. Tell me
जब
something.
कुछ तो होगा जबरदस्ती बुलवाते हैं. हाँ. फिर मेरे को भी बोला था. खाना
Uh,
खाने का सर
huh?
अच्छा था. एवरीथिंग वाज खाना मेरे से पूछा था. हाउ वाज द फूड? मैंने कहा सर इट वाज नाइस. तो यू आर अ वेजिटेरियन. डिड यू लाइक द फूड हियर? मैंने कहा यस सर. मैंने कहा ऑल ऑफ अस लाइक सर वेजिटेरियन नॉन वेज. इट इज फूड इज वेरी नाइस. भाई
Hmm.
सरकार रख रही है खिला रही है वही बहुत बड़ी बात है. स्टे
हाँ वही सर.
स्टे हाउ वाज द स्टे सर? इट इज वेरी नाइस सर. बहुत दिनों बाद ऐसे मतलब मजा आ गया दोस्तों के साथ रात को मस्ती करते थे. सो इट वाज नाइस. स्टिल गिव मी थ्री थिंग्स दैट वी कैन इम्प्रूव. अरे मैंने कहा
Hmm.
यार भाई कुछ नहीं आ रहा है दिमाग में. मैंने कहा सर आई हाउ कैन आई से दैट आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एनीथिंग. एवरीथिंग वाज बटर स्मूथ. बटर स्मूथ. डू यू थिंक इट वाज बटर स्मूथ? पीपल बिफोर यू हैव गिवन मी सो मेनी सजेशंस. हाउ कैन यू से दैट इट वाज बटर स्मूथ? भाई उस टाइम पे जो प्रेशर बिल बना इलाहाबाद बोर्ड सेम 19 बोर्ड था. एंड प्रेसिडेंट
Hmm.
इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी. तो मैंने कहा सर फिर मैंने कुछ मतलब आई स्टिल डोंट रिमेम्बर क्या बोला पर मैं बोल के कुछ आ गया. तो
Hmm.
बाद में जाके पता लगा कि बोलना नहीं चाहिए था.
हाँ सर. Sir, the thing is,
एंड
one can.
एंड
Hmm.
एंड दैट सेम इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर जब मैं फिजिक्स वाला में काम कर रहा था ब्रिगेडियर अखिलेश भार्गव सर. नाउ सर इज अ पार्ट ऑफ माय टीम. तो आई
हाँ.
आस्क्ड 3 4 इयर्स आफ्टर सर व्हाट वाज द लॉजिक बिहाइंड दिस. बेटा वो चेक कर रहे थे प्रेशर में तुम क्या करते हो. तो बोलना नहीं था
Hmm.
तुमको ऐसे. सो दैट वाज
नहीं.
द स्टफ. सो फिर तूने फिर भी क्या बोला बाय द वे?
Sir, I knew the way they would test me. So, first time I didn't open up. Second time I didn't open up. Third time, gentlemen, it's okay. You can tell me. There's nothing wrong. Every place needs some improvement. You also tell me. We will take it so that it will help your juniors. He was baiting me to tell something nonsense.
फंसाने
So,
वाली थी.
so, sir, one can tell, but even when someone tells, it has to be something matured, not some silly things.
हम्म.
He's checking your effective intelligence and all. Then, sir, really nothing, sir. Okay, told, tell me about the food. I was like, sir, I'm a fitness enthusiast. I make my own food. Sometimes salt won't be there, pepper won't be there, spiciness won't be there. Here you're giving me humbly 3 times a day to eat. What can I more say? So they started to laugh. Mm.
नो
Then they were like, okay, gentlemen, you can leave now. So kya hua na sir? I was going out. I just bowed down a bit and I told thank you to the president, sir. Sir, that time I saw my GTO wearing the uniform. He was actually a para officer.
ओह दैट यू
That
वांट टू.
was something. That was very special to me, sir. I was being assessed by a para officer. So when I walked out, when I was closing the door, I heard President Sir's voice telling, "It was good. He's good."
Oh,
Then a life came out of me. So till the time I was in a lot of pressure. So when I came out, till I went and sat in the waiting room, then I realized it was almost 30 minutes since the
inside.
last candidate. Since the last candidate walked in, and when I came, it was almost 30 minutes. My friends there were telling.
तो they were checking. वो बॉर्डर लाइन वाले केस पे थे, बट तुमने
हाँ.
खींच दिया मीटर. It good, very good, good so भाई.
Hmm.
So एनी सजेशंस यू वांट टू गिव टू योर जूनियर्स? मेरी तरफ से सवाल जवाब खत्म हो चुके हैं. अब आप अपने जूनियर्स को, आपको भाई
Hmm.
की तरफ से जो सपोर्ट लगा उसके बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगे, और
Hmm.
अपने जूनियर्स को क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप? व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू टेल योर जूनियर्स, पीपल हु आर एस्पायरिंग टू जॉइन आर्मी, आर्म फोर्सेस, पर्टिकुलरली टेक्निकल एंट्रीज के माध्यम से? व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू टेल देम?
Hmm. So to say, sir, first of all, choosing this as a career or ambition itself will take a lot of courage. Leaving uh, all the comfort zone in the civil world and coming here takes a lot of courage, and kudos to them, to whoever is doing that. But one thing I would like to say, never settle for anything less. No matter what happens, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. I'm a living proof. I made it in my final attempt. But you people out there can definitely do it in the first attempt or beat anything. And always follow 3 Ds in your life: discipline, dedication, determination. That has to be your motto. And keep fighting hard always and work for that. And the kind of reasons you choose to get into the forces, that plays a very crucial role in your motivation. Keep that motivation in your mind and keep working hard. That is all I would like to tell to everyone, sir.
Role of your mentors during your journey, how was it?
Sir, very important. As I told you, there were a lot of correction. Only you could tell me, which I knew I was a perfect person. You humbled me enough, roasted me enough in the group discussion, showed me what I am. वहाँ पे क्या होता है सर, you will break down. You will go with a lot of confidence. There, when you put in the pressure, you will open up like onion peel.
Hmm.
That only a mentor can do, sir.
Hmm.
And I happen to be very fortunate. This time I had you, sir, and I had a lot of seniors. क्या होता है ना sir, when you start manifesting good things, and good things comes to you, and God's grace, be very humble, keep praying to the God above, and that is one thing, sir. And some of the living gods here are parents, teachers, gurus, mentors. So listen to them.
Thank you so much, brother. And glad to take your interview. I also manifested this कि this kid will someday make it, and I will take his interview. स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ इंटरव्यू सेशंस आपकी जर्नी के साथ. अब वापस बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं लाइन में आपके, भाई बंधु जो जूनियर्स हैं. अभी आई आई टोल्ड यू जस्ट नाउ गॉट वन वन मोर गॉट रिकमेंडेड, एंड आई टॉक टू
Mhm.
हिम. So it was a wonderful experience, and I'm 100% sure you
Mhm.
will be a good army officer. You will be an asset to the Indian Army, and
Sure.
hope to.
Thank you, sir.
I'll pray to God you get your para wings soon. There is one student of mine who got the best officer cadet. I already yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
told you.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you got that potential. You will surely fulfill that. Any help is required, I'm always there. Thank you so much for joining me, bhai. Jai Hind.
Thank you for having me. Say your blessings. Jai Hind, sir.
Salute from Defense Exam Master. God bless you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.